Hello and welcome. I'm Nachi Lazarus. Thank you for joining me today. Each week we pick one question from the questions we receive through our students of the online courses or through social media or from the attendees of our events, workshops and seminars, and we answer it here for the benefit of a wider audience. Today we have a question on social media from a non-profit leader, and the question says, should I use all the social media channels out there for my non-profit? Well, first of all, you don't have to use all the social media channels. It is not a must that you should be on all social media channels when it comes to having a campaign for your non-profit. You don't have to do that. In fact, when you start out, I would suggest that you start with a few social media channels. That is the best way to go about. And because social media can be overwhelming, there are so many channels out there. Each channel has its own strategy, own tools, own way of posting content. There's just a lot of complication when it comes to each channel. So you don't want to be overwhelmed. That is not something we want when you get started with social media. You want to be confident, you want to be in control of what you're doing, even if you do a little bit less, and then step by step you start going into multiple channels. So I would suggest you focus on a few channels. And I would also like to give you a tip on how to choose those few channels. Which channel should you be focusing on? The answer to that does not lie with you. It lies with your audience. Yes, you focus on the channels that are important to your audience. So think about your audience. As a nonprofit, are you going to be posting content for your volunteers or for your donors or for your actual community itself? Who are these people? What is their age group? What are they doing right now? And where are they spending their time when it comes to social media? Which channels are they spending their time? Younger people spend time on different group of channels, while older people or senior people spend time on a different group of channels. So it all depends on the demographic and psychographic and all those lot of other combinations. So you know your audience best, right? I don't have to tell you how to figure out your audience. You know them best. So think about your audience. Who are the people who are going to consume the content that you put out on social media? Donors, volunteers, community, you decide. And then choose the channel which they are already using or which they are very comfortable with. That is the best way to start. And then together you can branch off into other channels. You can actually lead them into other channels as you start growing. That is the best way to go about. I hope that answers your question. Thank you for joining me today. And if you have any further questions or if you have any thoughts on this topic, do share it, leave your comments, send me a direct message. We'll be happy to hear from you. And if you have another question like this about social media or about work-faith integration, those are the two topics that I predominantly speak about. If you have any questions on those two, do send them to me, and your question might be answered in one of the coming weeks. I really appreciate you being here and spending time with me. Thank you. God bless. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.